Built heritage shapes a city's identity, but heritage conservation is often used to resist necessary progress. Yet heritage is not static. It can evolve in response to the realities of climate change, population growth, and housing equity. Debates around increasing suburban density often present high-rise development as a threat to community character, but this tension between heritage and density is misplaced. Rather than erasing the past, compact, well-connected housing continues the architectural narrative of cities like Melbourne, offering both environmental and social benefits. Melbourne exemplifies a city balancing growth, heritage, and livability. This presentation argues that density, particularly through infill and vertical development, supports sustainability, inclusivity, and walkability. Drawing on theorists such as Albert Pope and Jane Jacobs, we will see how well-integrated density doesn't disrupt heritage but strengthens and extends it. Urban heritage is too often coddled as a static artefact, something to be nursed behind metaphorical glass. As Albert Pope argues in Ladder's 1996, the most sustainable approach to urban growth is incremental infill, building within existing neighbourhoods instead of expanding outward into car-dependent suburbia. This principle is evident in Melbourne's inner north, where suburbs like Fitzroy and Collingwood have introduced medium to high-density housing within historically layered streetscapes. Developments such as Whitlam Place and Fitzroy show respectful densification responding to the nearby Fitzroy Town Hall through scale, materiality and form. Well-regulated densification in these areas has enhanced local amenity, diversified housing options, and preserved built heritage while enhancing the eclectic character of the area. This model also improves equity. Increasing density in inner areas enables the inclusion of affordable and social housing, challenging the exclusivity entrenched by low-density zoning. By recognising urban density as a continuation of a place rather than disruption, planners and designers can respond to housing needs while honouring the richness of architectural and social history embedded within the existing urban form. Urban density does more than address housing shortages. It supports walkable, socially cohesive communities that form the backbone of sustainable urban life. Higher density neighbourhoods encourage mixed zoning, proximity to essential services and active public spaces that invite casual interaction, reduce car dependence and promote healthier lifestyles. Jane Jacobs famously championed the eyes of the street concept, a condition made possible by fine-grained density and mixed-use development. Density is not a threat to community, it is what enables it. In Melbourne, suburbs like Carlton and South Yarra embody these principles. Both are characterised by a blend of mid- and high-rise residential development interspersed with shops, services and open space within walking distance. These areas have benefited from sustained investment in public transport and compact land use, creating vibrant precincts where residents live, work and socialise without the need for a car. This model has public health benefits too. Walkable neighbourhoods are linked to lower obesity, improved mental health and reduced social isolation. Denser urban form promotes active, connected lifestyles. Plan Melbourne reinforces these principles through its 20-minute neighbourhood strategy, advocating for compact precincts where daily needs are met within a short walk or bike ride. Far from diminishing quality of life, well-designed density builds healthier, more vibrant and resilient communities. The continued expansion of low-density suburbs on a city's periphery may appear to accommodate housing demand, but in ecological terms, it is one of the most unsustainable forms of urban growth. Sprawl consumes farmable land, increases car dependency, and places enormous strain on infrastructure and services. The result is higher per capita emissions, longer commutes, and underserviced communities that are socially and environmentally vulnerable. Melbourne's fringe suburbs, such as Melton and Clyde, demonstrate these risks. These areas lack access to reliable public transport and are far from jobs and essential amenities, forcing residents into car-dependent lifestyles. Without adequate infrastructure investment, they become isolated enclaves relying on long commutes for daily life. Environmentally, the consequences are clear. Expansion into greenfield sites fragments ecosystems, increases flood risk, and intensifies the urban heat island effect by replacing permeable land with hard surfaces. In contrast, compact urban development preserves green space, reduces travel emissions, and supports ecological resilience. Albert Pope advocates for planning models that are both dense and regenerative, urban forms that adapt while minimising environmental harm. Curbing sprawl and prioritising infill development gives cities like Melbourne a chance to reduce ecological impact while enhancing access, equity, and long-term livability. Debates about density often frame high-rise development and heritage preservation as mutually exclusive, but this is a false dichotomy. The issue is not height, but how new development integrates within the context. Thoughtfully designed high-rise buildings can enhance heritage precincts by providing contrast, legibility, and civic presence without overriding history. Melbourne's design and development overlays exemplify this approach, regulating scale and form in sensitive areas. Around the Queen Victoria Market, these controls ensure new buildings step back from heritage structures, preserving lines of sight and civic identity. Similarly, Nightingale 1 in Brunswick shows how higher density housing can complement heritage settings through human-scale design, material honesty, and sensitivity to the surrounding rhythm and massing. Built heritage and contemporary architecture need not look alike to be compatible. Successful urban form is created through conversations between building generations, and new architecture that acknowledges the proportions, materials, and functions of older structures while expressing the needs and values of the present. These examples show that heritage and density can enrich one another. With robust planning and design excellence, high-rise developments can become part of a city's ongoing narrative, protecting the past while shaping a meaningful urban future. Urban density and high-rise development need not undermine the Australian suburban ideal. When designed with care and context, they can enhance it. Far from threatening lifestyle or heritage, compact development allows cities to honour their past while meeting present and future needs. Melbourne's examples of sensitive infill and integrated high-rises show that density can extend a city's narrative, not disrupt it. The benefits are many. Sustainability through reduced sprawl, improved public health and walkability, and stronger social cohesion. This presentation has shown that density and heritage are not opposing forces. Rather than resisting change, we ought to be shaping it, designing with respect for history and vision for the future. It's time to reframe the narrative, not as a battle between old and new, but as an opportunity to build a future that grows meaningfully from the past. Thank you for today, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.